Since we are still in the Prince Harry turning 40 mood, it is clear that the royal family and the British media remain deeply entangled in a complex web of fascination, resentment, and missed opportunities surrounding the Duke of Sussex. In an article for The Independent, Tessa Dunlop captures this dynamic perfectly, asserting that while Harry might miss some parts of Britain, the uncomfortable truth is that Britain, and particularly the royal family, miss him even more. Since Harry's departure from the institution, it is hard to miss what the Windsor family and their media supporters lost. Harry's exit not only fractured the already delicate balance within the royal family, but also exposed the stark differences in charisma, service, and public impact between Harry and his brother William, as well as their father, King Charles III. His departure has left a gap that William and Charles haven't been able to fill. Let's dive deeper. One of the key takeaways from Dunlop's article is her description of Harry's inherent aptitude for service, a trait that has always set him apart. She takes us back to the 2014 Invictus Games, which she describes as one of Harry's signature achievements. Harry successfully combined his mother's empathetic qualities with the royal family's service-driven platform, electrifying audiences worldwide. In front of a 2 million-strong television audience, Harry proved that his purpose wasn't simply to exist within the monarchy, but to serve a greater cause, much like his late mother, Princess Diana. The closing ceremony of the inaugural Invictus Games, which coincided with his 30th birthday, was a celebration not just of the event's success, but of Harry's natural ability to connect with people and uplift those who needed it most. Based on this, for the royal family, Harry leaving was a huge loss. His passion for service made him an indispensable part of the monarchy's public image, particularly as he managed to strike a balance between tradition and modernity that his brother William, despite being the heir to the throne, has often struggled to achieve. With Harry gone, the family has lost its most relatable and charismatic representative, a reality that has only grown more apparent over time. Dunlop also points out the fact that Harry's and Meghan's global appeal, especially through their independent work with their Archewell Foundation and their DIY royal tours, has been met with skepticism and criticism by the British media and royal loyalists, proves that the couple's ability to captivate audiences and represent a modern, diverse vision of service and royalty has become a sore point for those left behind in Britain. When Harry and Meghan visited countries like Nigeria and Colombia, their presence was a refreshing change from Britain's often privileged royal brand, a brand that is increasingly out of step with contemporary global sentiments. In stark contrast, William and Kate's ill-fated 2022 Caribbean tour, which was widely criticised for being outdated and tone-deaf, highlighted the Sussexes' ability to connect with the modern zeitgeist. This global resonance, which the Sussexes embody, is something the royal family cannot replicate without Harry's unique combination of empathy, charisma, and adaptability. As highlighted before, the British media's coverage of these tours only confirmed this fact. Their coverage has been tinged with bitterness because it's a reminder that Harry, despite leaving the royal fold, has not lost his ability to serve and inspire. While critics in Britain focus on Harry's complaints about security concerns and his criticism of the monarchy, they often overlook the fact that Harry has continued to engage in meaningful work that resonates not just in the UK but on the global stage. The Windsors, on the other hand, have struggled to keep up, and their frustration at being overshadowed by Harry is palpable. But perhaps the most uncomfortable truth in Dunlop's article is that Harry has always been more charismatic than both William and Charles. Harry's ability to connect with people, his disarming humour, and his willingness to break royal norms have made him a public favourite. Whether it was sporting a stubbly beard against royal rules, or producing honest, heartfelt content about his personal healing journey, long before Kate Middleton's scripted recovery video, Harry has consistently been ahead of the curve. For William, this has created an unspoken rivalry. Even now, with Harry thousands of miles away, William finds himself playing catch-up. Despite being the heir, William lacks the easy charisma and warmth that come naturally to Harry, and the contrast has only grown more glaring since Harry's departure. In a family where public perception is everything, Harry's absence leaves a vacuum that neither William nor Charles can easily fill. For Charles, the situation is even more complicated. As a father, he has struggled to navigate his relationship with his younger son. 10 years ago, Charles was proud of his darling boy, but today that relationship is strained, and Charles has been hesitant to make the first move toward reconciliation. As Dunlop notes, in the royal equation, Charles bears the brunt of responsibility for mending fences with Harry. But Charles's reluctance to be upstaged, either by his sons or anyone else, has prevented him from taking the necessary steps toward healing. Speaking of reconciliation, Dunlop argues that Charles, as the king, must take the lead in reaching out to Harry. And honestly, this is in line with what Harry has been saying.
Me and my family can reconcile, but first there needs to be conversation and accountability. And if that doesn't happen, then that's very sad. But I will focus on my life, my amazing family that I'm so grateful to have, my 2 kids who are bouncing up and down me this morning. I'm not angry anymore. There are things that will still anger me, but I'm not angry anymore because I am exactly where I'm supposed to be.
Redemption and forgiveness are powerful forces, and by reconnecting with Harry, Charles could not only mend his family, but also win back some of the magic that Harry took with him when he left. Harry's unique blend of service, charisma, and modern sensibilities is something that the monarchy desperately needs, especially as it faces increasing scrutiny and declining relevance. But for reconciliation to happen, the royal family must not only take accountability, but also acknowledge the void that Harry's departure has left. It's not just about Harry missing Britain, it's about Britain, and the royal family in particular, missing Harry. The Windsors were slow to realise that Harry was the one keeping the monarchy relevant, and now they're scrambling to adjust to life without him. The constant media obsession with Harry, the public demands for his return, and the persistent jealousy that his life evokes in his father and brother are all symptoms of a deeper problem. The royal family needs Harry more than he needs them. As Prince Harry turns 40, it's clear that his decision to leave the royal family has had a big impact. While Harry may occasionally miss certain aspects of his old life, it's really the royal family and the British public that misses him the most. His departure has exposed the royal family's weaknesses, particularly when it comes to connecting with the public and staying relevant in a modern world. Harry's decision to step away from royal duties wasn't just a personal choice, it was a major shift for the monarchy. Without Harry's charm, public service, and modern approach, the royal family is left trying to reclaim the magic that he brought to the institution. As they continue to struggle without him, one thing is clear: Britain misses Harry, and the gap he left behind cannot be filled.